Today's video is yet another full face of Temu. Are you guys excited? I've got some items that I'm going to repeat from the last one, and then everything else will be new. I have placed orders and I have other items coming my way. Same categories, different products so that we can try. But for whatever reason, there's a delay. There have been so many orders that were placed that my orders have taken a little longer to actually ship out. So while we're waiting for those, we're just gonna play around with the other stuff that I featured in the most recent haul. And if you're interested in Temu products, affordable makeup hauls, and just a good time, make sure you check out my haul videos. Pero we're gonna go ahead and begin. I'm gonna use this color correcting base. I actually really liked it. And for those of you who are wondering what my makeup ended up looking like the entire day, honestly, it looked so good. It was shockingly flawless. About 8 hours later, I was not expecting for my makeup to last all day or even look the way it did at the end of the day. We're gonna try these, which I recently hauled. I swatched them for you guys. This one's more pink, this one's more on the yellow side. I have applied this all over my face once. So this is not necessarily a first impression, as I can actually tell you how I felt about this foundation once it was all said and done. Here is the shade, and I was shocked once I applied it how well it looked on my skin. It ended up drying down to like a powder finish. It was very nice coverage. I'm gonna go ahead and use one of the blending sponges I featured in the last Temu haul. Look, I've actually been using them because they're really good. This foundation is not your basic liquid foundation. This is more of a mousse. See, kind of sticks. Look at I mean, it automatically covered this side of the face. I'm not even gonna blend this out because I want you guys to kind of see a difference. Like I'm getting on my nose, the redness is gone. This is basically like a full coverage and you don't have to build it. I applied it with a brush the first time around. It looked beautiful, but it took me some blending to really get it like blended out to where it looked like an airbrushed finish, which is why I decided to go with a sponge this time around. It's even covering my under eye. And I think this foundation was what, like $7, $6, something like that. So I want you guys to see the difference in these areas. Here, my kids are home. They're making so much noise. Notice even with the color corrector, I still have some redness going on. It's completely covered on this side. It looks like a mask because it's really, really full coverage, but it doesn't feel heavy. You have to let it dry down and add some bronzer and stuff, and it all ties in together. They had one shade darker, and I decided to go with the olive because I felt like it was gonna work. In the end, it does work. I had this foundation on my face in a previous video, and no one said anything about the shade on my skin because it just all works out. For concealer, I'm gonna go back into this puppy over here, and I'm going to mix this one and this one, these two shades. A little pink. I'm gonna add that under the eyeball. And I'm using my finger because I don't want to over apply. When you over apply cream products, that's when you're absolutely gonna get creasing even after you go ahead and you powder it. Again, that cream base palette was totally worth snagging. I really like it. I've been using it a lot. Gonna go ahead and blend that out. Remember the Fit Me knockoff? I'm not gonna use the balm because obviously that is way too light for your girl. I am gonna use the setting powder. I'm gonna use that under the eyeball. Remember these from the haul video? So we're gonna, oh goodness. We're gonna dip into the powder. And then I'm gonna set the under eye with it. See how it just gets all the way in that inner corner really nicely? You can most definitely use these little powder puffs, but I just thought these were so cute. I know in the whole video I kind of like tried it out, but that like I already had makeup on, so technically speaking, that can't be a first impressions. You need to trust the process. As a makeup artist, we can't sit here and freak out too early. It all works out in the end, I promise you. I just noticed something I wanted to put out. This smells like baby powder, like Johnson's & Johnson's baby powder. Why does it smell like butt powder? I say butt powder, you know. I know it's for other things, but I can't get over that. Next, I'm going to use this contouring duo, which like hauled this a long time ago. I've been using it a lot though. Look, you can't even see the etching on the pan anymore because I use it that much. This is a beautiful contour shade. So I'll take my brush, kind of go like this. Yes, my brush is dirty, judge me. And I'll go along the areas that I need to sculpt back into the skin. And here like this. that foundation was so full coverage. It kind of makes your face look like a plain canvas, and so you have to kind of bring it back to life. This one is not a setting powder for under the eye. It's a contour shade for the nose. We'll use it today so that you guys can see how that one works. That's why it's so much lighter, because you don't want it to be super harsh around the nose area. With a fluffy brush, I'm gonna dip into this nose contour shade, and then I'm gonna bring it along the sides of my nose. I'm using a fluffy brush because I don't really tend to contour my nose much. I don't find that it's all that necessary. My nose already is a bit narrow at the top, which is why I don't tend to contour my nose. But like I was saying, the shade is so pretty that it's hard to mess it up. So what I'll do is sometimes I don't contour my nose because here, again, it's narrow, but I'll take the powder and I'll bring it up this way. Anyway, this here is a win, in my opinion. They had like 3 different shades. This is the, what number are you? I think this is the Own 1. Totally worth it. I really liked it. But of course I want to darken my skin just a little bit. So I'm going to probably mix, you know what? I'm not going to mix. I'm just going to dip into this one. Always wipe on the back of your hand just to add a little bit of a bronzing, a dusting of bronzing, if you will, but with a cream. For the cheeks, we're going to dip into the cream blush palette. This palette is so good, you guys. I'm not mad at it. It's really nice. So I tend to mix shades to create my custom shade, and it works. It's just so easy to work with. I will say, again, these formulas are thicker and not as creamy as the bronzer, kind of like concealer palette, but they absolutely work. All right, girl, now we're gonna get into the eyebrows. Remember these pencils I showed you guys? Of course, we're gonna go with the black. I'm really hoping this all works out. I don't even know. Why are these little threads here? Oh, these little threads are so that we can expose more of the pencil? I guess, right? That's what it looks like. Am I ruining this already? Probably. I exposed too much of it? I broke it? What did I do? Am I doing this wrong? By the way, when it comes to like Temu's website, I love them, but there's no instructions on how to properly do things. I did break it. Okay. Let's see what the black looks like. Here's the black. I'm hoping for the best right now. These little strings are weird though, because they're like in my face. So I'm gonna try to pin that down and fill the brow in. All right, you know what? This is already easier to use than the little spoolie mascara tattoo brow thing that I had snagged before. You guys saw the struggle was real with that one. I feel like that's kind of dark though. Let me try the other one. It's like a deeper brown. Let's see how that goes. I'm not gonna rip it. I'm not gonna break it. I'm gonna leave that little string there. It's weird, but I'm gonna leave it. Maybe black is too harsh for me right now, which is fine. I typically wouldn't go for black, but all right, so the deeper brown is somewhat of a cool tone brown, so that works. I wish the shape at the tip was more of a pencil, because at this point I am trying to wing it as we go. I'm gonna have to shape it myself, but it's working and it's doing what it's supposed to do. Yeah, this shade is way better for me. The only thing is the shape is odd. That makes it a little hard. If you're learning to do brows, skip this product. It's gonna make it harder for you. You're gonna get frustrated. Get a regular pencil. All right, so the brows are okay. I am not obsessed with them. The pencil's good. It's going to take some getting used to. I'm priming my lids, but wait till you see the palette we're gonna use today. I'm so excited for it. Look at her. Isn't she pretty? She has almost every single, we're gonna go orange today, by the way. This is the colorful rainbow palette. I think this one was like 10 bucks. And we're gonna go orange because you guys have been asking for orange. I just did green and yellow yesterday. I most recently did a full-on red look also. I've done blues before, so I figured let's go orange and have some fun. So I'm gonna dip into the shade Natural, which is not very natural, mija. This is orange. And I'm gonna focus that out here. I was looking through my collection to see if this was a dupe for something. There's definitely a lot of colors in this palette that are reminiscent to what we've received in beauty boxes before, or really high-end brands that I've actually purchased out of pocket. But this is not a flat-out dupe for another brand. Part of one of the orders that I placed contains or should contain another 1 or 2 dupe palettes that I found. I was excited hoping that it would get here, and it didn't. Nonetheless, once it gets here, get ready, because we're gonna have another eyeshadow dupe video for sure. With an eyeshadow brush, I'm going to dip into the shade Sol, which is like a light peach, and I'm gonna add that in here. I just kind of want to set this primer in place before I bring more of that orange in. Now we're going to bring some of this orange in. With a very, very slim crease brush, I'm going to dip into the shade Small. It is like a brick red. I want to deepen this crease area, but I want to keep it as orange as possible. So the smaller the brush, the better. Bring it along the inner corner, but not quite to the inner corner. We want to keep that light for now. I'm adding a wing really quickly. I grabbed a rounded pencil brush. I want to dip into Raspberry. I want to see how that applies. It's a very chunky glitter, but I thought it would look cute here. You can totally skip the glitter, but I just thought it would add a little something to the eye. You see, so it's just a little shimmer to the eye. You know that shade we applied at the top? We're just gonna go in with the same brush, no additional product, because these things are pigmented. Just gonna drag whatever's left down here, because we're gonna build up the mascara at the bottom, do about 1 coat at the top, and I'm gonna go in with these really fluffy lashes I got off of Temu. And yes, I'm missing one. Why? Because I was too rough and I pulled it the wrong way and I broke it in half. Yeah, I messed up a set, so I had to grab another one. Hello. The lashes are on. The mascara has been built. I honestly thought I was done, but I feel like I need to add eyeliner on the waterline. I think it'll add to the look, so I'm gonna do that really quickly. I'm using Pixie. I know it's not a full face if I'm using some. I don't have an eyeliner from Temu. I just don't. I need to get on it though. But you see, it does a little something to the eyeball. So I'm glad. I was just like looking at it. I was like, okay, what does it need? And then I realized we needed a little something in the waterline. So I'm happy with that. And then I don't actually have like a highlighter new one to show you guys, but because I didn't use one of these like marbled eyeshadows, I'm figuring I might use, say, something like this. It has different hues within it. I think that would look nice on the cheekbones. Let me swatch the one on top of it. The one on top of it has way too much gold going, although that looks really pretty. Maybe, that's a bit much. And I was gonna use a brush. I'm glad I decided to just stick my finger in it. Oh my god. Okay, so listen, for $10, this palette is good. I recommend it. She blended. I didn't get fallout. I haven't had to touch up under the eye. I'm gonna do a little, look at, oh my god. I haven't dipped back into the pan yet. And I had more than enough on my finger to apply on the opposite side and blend. I like that enough to where I feel like I want to take a pencil brush or like an eyeshadow brush and put some up here on my brow bone. See, it adds a little something. Now for the lips, bear with me. I was gonna go red, but it's too intense. I wanted like a little flush of something on the lips, but not too much. So I went in with my nude Dragon Beauty 2.0 cc's. And then for the lips, again, I don't have anything new. I do have the Temu kit in which we ended up getting like an orange in it. I told you guys, I don't recommend this one. I'd say skip on it unless you really needed to like expand your lippy collection, because these here just, they started chipping away and they felt really drying on the lips. They swatched beautifully, but they just weren't for me. Like, I don't like anything that's gonna make my lips look even drier than what they are. So although I have a Temu lippy, I'm gonna skip on those. I'm gonna go in with this. This is a Maya lip balm. It's gonna give me a little hue of orange without being actually orange, because I ordered lip balms they haven't gotten here yet from Temu. I'm telling you, my orders are like behind right now. All right, you guys, and here is the completed look. Once again, we have pulled off an affordable makeup look using Temu products. I really liked everything. This foundation looks phenomenal. You just have to give it some time to kind of like gel and blend it with your skin. And then once you bronze and do the most, it all really works out. The eyeshadows though, if there was anything that I have to like hands down say you need to snag, are so far the palettes that I've tried. The palettes are so stinking good. You guys know I absolutely love eyeshadows. So yes, I do have other eyeshadow palettes coming their way, and we will do try-ons and or battle of the luxury expensive versus the cheap palettes. But for now, we are going to continue to embrace what we have. And that is this as well as the other videos. So if you haven't seen the other videos of me using Temu palettes, you must go check them out. I know you're gonna enjoy those. The other palette I have is this one here, and I know they're super cool tone and it seems really basic, very nudie if you will, but if you want to see the look that I would create with this palette, let me know. All right, you guys, I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you are subscribed, you hit the notification bell and the like button for me. And guys, you do not need to leave the channel just because the video is over. I have so much more content already up. I know you guys are gonna absolutely love. I'm gonna be suggesting 2 videos here on screen I think you're really going to enjoy. I hope you consider checking those out, and I will see you guys over there. Bye guys.